Just be out with us to the Maldives.
Yes, in this video we are going to be discussing the do's and the don'ts when coming to the Maldives.
Maldives is a dream destination and definitely a bucket list for many people, including us. So we're going to share with you some important information. This way you don't make the mistakes we did. The first one will be specifically for the ladies. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Well, you see me wearing an oversized shirt. That's actually Devon's shirt. And coming here, you need to know that this is a 100% Muslim country and they are very strict when it comes to attire for ladies. You have to wear long pants or a long skirt, no cleavage, a shirt that at least covers half of your arms or ideally full arms, and nothing that exposes your shoulders. I packed long skirts, I packed pants, but I did not pack t-shirts that are pretty light, and because it's very hot here, yet they are very covering. Today is Friday, it's a holiday, and everyone is praying, so the stores are closed. I could not even buy myself a shirt, so I had to borrow Devon's shirt, but I made it work.
Now you might be wondering, well, coming to the Maldives, like who would want to be in this tropical paradise and not be able to wear something very light with the shoulders out and feel the rays on your skin? Well, you can, but not when you're here in the Maldives, the capital, which is Malé, or any of the local island for that reason. So once you're off the local islands, you can pretty much wear whatever you want. Another do is make sure you bring sunscreen. It is very important. When you're here, it's extremely hot. The sun just beats down on you. So having sunscreen really does help.
Oh, if you come in here during rainy season, don't forget to pack mosquito repellent, because when it comes to rain and moisture, it brings out a lot of mosquitoes.
And now it brings us to our first no, and that is wearing a bathing suit on one of the local islands.
You might think, okay, I'm going to the beach, of course I'm going to wear a bikini or just a regular bathing suit. No, it is strictly prohibited. Women still have to cover fully the legs, at least down to your knees, and shirts covering your belly, your chest, and your shoulders when going to the beach, to the water. Well, you might think, how the hell am I supposed to sunbathe? I don't want to have tan lines covering pretty much my entire body. Well, there is a loophole. Go to private island resorts, or if you want to visit any of the local islands, there are specific areas that are called bikini beaches. But if you're here on Malé or Hulu Malé, there are no bikini beaches. So plan carefully when coming to the Maldives.
And when Irina said bikini beach, basically the way it's laid out is that there are actually, the beaches are portioned off. So there's actually going to be a screen that tells you that is the beginning of the beach, and then another screen towards further down on the beach, and that is the area where you could be in your bikini. If you cross that area, you could get yourself in some trouble. When coming to Maldives, do visit multiple islands while you are here. There's just under 1,200 islands here that make up the Maldives. 200 of them are actually inhabited. So when you do come here, we know you'll probably leave here and you go on the private islands to your overwater bungalow, but it just does not stop there. You can actually visit other islands and it's super affordable.
And it depends where the islands are located. You can take public ferries, you can take speedboats, or even Malé and Hulu Malé are connected by a bridge, and you can just visit them just by either taking a taxi or a little ferry. And some private resorts actually offer day passes, so if you're staying here in Malé or Hulu Malé, you can visit other resorts by just hopping on a speedboat and visiting it for a day.
And it's actually more affordable than you might think. Now this one is a big no-no. Do not bring alcohol to the Maldives. It is illegal.
even though it might be tempting to just purchase liquor in duty-free shops while you're maybe transferring or just going through the airport. But when you actually land in Mali, which is the international airport here, they bring your carry-on luggage through scanners, and they will make sure there are no alcohol bottles, and if you do have them, they will just take them out, put them aside, and then you can pick them up when you're flying out. Even though you are not allowed to bring alcohol into the country, there is a loophole: private island resort. There are even all-inclusive options that you can drink your heart out.
And speaking of things that you can't bring in, others include
pork. Funny, right? Religious material for distribution, and of course drugs.
When coming to the Maldives, do respect the local culture. It is very important.
And that again affects some of the things that we told you not to bring, and they have very interesting rules. For example, if you're a dog lover, do not even think about bringing your dog to the Maldives. It is strictly prohibited, believe it or not.
And speaking along the lines of respect the culture, another no-no, and coming from Europe, this might be a tough one for you guys, so just bear with me here. There is no PDA while you're here. PDA, public display of affection. There is no hugging and kissing and making out and all that stuff while you're out and about. It's a no-no.
At least for the local islands, when you do go to the private islands resort, then you can do all of that and more.
And for those of you, we didn't mention before when we spoke about bikinis on the beach, but this goes kind of hand in hand. Don't think you can come here and go topless or maybe even nude. This is definitely not the place for that. So just putting that out there for those of you nudists. And while we're here in the Maldives, Irina and I are actually getting married within a few days, and we're heading out to a private island, and we're going to give you all the information you need when planning your bucket list trip to the Maldives. So be sure to subscribe, because more videos are coming on the Maldives. And now back to our do's and don'ts. Well, this one is a do, and it falls into a JBO tip. When coming to the Maldives, you will be flying into Mali International Airport. Most people will then take a seaplane or a speedboat and just hightail it to your tropical paradise private island. Well, what we suggest is this: when you come here, actually spend a day or two before heading out to the private island. Why? Well, when you get here, more than likely you traveled 20 plus hours like we did, and you'll be jet lagged. So why basically just head out to the private island and you're gonna be on cuckoo time and you're gonna be sleeping throughout the day, when technically you could be enjoying your time on the private island and get the most out of your island time. So our suggestion is coming here, booking a relatively cheap hotel, and they are great. Just because they're cheap doesn't mean they're not good. They're actually very good. Get acclimated to the time zone. This way, when you do head out to the island, you'll be on time and you'll be on point.
And the next do is actually do explore Mali. We are staying in Hulu, Mali for 3 nights, and we actually created a travel guide for Mali and things to do in Mali and what you need to know about Mali. So you can explore Mali City, you can do island trips to nearby resorts and explore other resorts while you're here.
Our next one is, don't assume Maldives is expensive. There are a lot of options to fit everyone's budget when it comes to the Maldives.
Of course, there are 5-star luxury resorts that cost upward $10,000 per night or more. But there are so many affordable accommodations as well. We're staying in Hulu, Mali, and there are lots of boutique hotels for starting from $50 to about $200 a night. There are even private islands that can accommodate you for about $200 a night as well. And also keep in mind seasons. If you go off seasons, hotel rates drop significantly.
And a lot of these boutique hotels, they offer breakfast in your stay and transfers to and from the airport. Now, speaking of hotels and resorts, for those of you who love to be connected for whatever reasons, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, don't expect it to be great.
The hotel we are staying at, the upload and download speed is only 3 megabytes. But what you can do is, our JBO pro tip and recommendation is, instead of buying a SIM to stay connected at the airport like many people recommend, buy eSIM. And we actually created a video on how to use eSIMs and what eSIMs are all about. We're using Aloe Air app to purchase eSIMs, and for the Maldives we purchased an eSIM for 17 gigs for only $30, and it's so easy to install on your phone. You don't need to buy a physical SIM. But there is a little weird thing, is that you actually have to verify yourself through the app. You have to scan your driver license front and back and scan your face to verify you in order to purchase the eSIM. But it does work great and it's worth it. And if you want a $3 coupon, we will also leave our referral links down below.
Our next don't is tap water. Well, is it drinkable or is it not? Well, it is, but it's not recommended. And if it's not recommended, we would put that in our don'ts. Why? Well, why risk it? Ruin your perfect vacation because you choose to drink the tap water. Just doesn't make any sense, especially since water is dirt cheap here.
All the water in the Maldives goes through desalination process, and they actually recycle it. They do a great job recycling it and desalinate it. However, just don't risk it.
And that will wrap up our do's and don'ts here on the Maldives. We hope that you've learned a little something or picked up a little bit of information that you didn't know, and it'll help you if you are watching this video. I'm sure you're already planning your trip to come to the Maldives.
You are watching our Maldives series. We are creating so many videos of Maldives first impressions, travel guides for the entire Maldives, for Mali, travel guides for private islands.
Planning your wedding.
Yes!
Gee.